In today's episode of Spirit of Innovation, we find out how inflation is impacting Riverside County.
I think we're sort of coming down from an upswing, which was a surge in the money supply from the pandemic. And then what happened when the economy opened up, they spent. And so that kind of triggered the inflation we've seen over the last 2 years.
We discover how a national nonprofit makes wishes come true for local seniors in need. And we spotlight all that the VFW does for our community and veterans.
How do we help the veterans to make sure that they know they got a home?
This month's Spirit of Innovation welcomes guest host Jackie Steed. She's worked in the real estate industry for almost 10 years and has consistently ranked in the top 100 out of 4,000 agents in the region. She is also a very involved community member and serves on the Race, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Commission for the city of Temecula. She also sits on the board of Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce and Habitat for Humanity Inland Valley. She volunteers and supports many local nonprofits, which include SAFE, Susan G. Komen, Michelle's Place, Our Nicholas Foundation, and Oak Grove. She's been honored as the 2010 United States Small Business Administration's Home-Based Business Champion of the Year, and more recently, as the Chairman's Choice Award winner for Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce 2022. Stay with us as the Spirit of Innovation team and our guest host Jackie bring you impactful and innovative need-to-know, did-you-know, and good-to-know local community news and information.
Welcome to Spirit of Innovation. Thanks for joining us. My name is Jackie Steed, and I'm so happy to be here guest hosting this month's episode of Spirit of Innovation. We've all felt the pinch in our wallets, the high gas prices, the extra high grocery bills, and as a real estate expert, I can attest this is the highest I have ever seen rental costs. Spirit of Innovation takes a look at what's driving this inflation and how it's affecting Riverside County's economy.
With high costs making our pockets lighter, does this mean a recession is coming? Most economists say no, thanks to many factors including a low national unemployment rate and a strong GDP.
No sign right now points to an impending recession. I think we're sort of coming down from an upswing, which was a surge in the money supply from the pandemic, all the aid and unemployment benefits and people saving, and then what happened when the economy opened up, they spent. That kind of triggered the inflation we've seen over the last 2 years, and we're sort of coming down from that high, if you will. If a recession were to occur, and I want to stress that we don't see that as an imminent possibility right now, that any recession would most likely be mild and brief. I do think that Riverside County in general would fare better than average, I would say, just because it has an expanding labor force, it's growing. People want to move there, and so it would fare relatively well compared to other areas of the state.
Riverside County residents haven't escaped the skyrocketing prices of staples, especially the cost of filling up their gas tanks.
Gasoline's up 16.4% year over year in September. There's always global supply chain factors and political factors that drive that. More unique to California, though, there were a couple of refineries that were unplanned outages around the state. And those have kind of impacted supply. What's going to happen with gasoline prices? No one knows, but I would anticipate there's going to be an easing of that just because we're heading into winter. The governor is working to get the winter blend released earlier, which is a cheaper blend of gasoline.
The second highest contributor to the county's increased consumer price index is rent prices, which are driven by those moving to the region seeking relatively cheaper housing.
Rent costs are up 9% year over year as of September. The reason for that is because you have sort of a double whammy, right? You have people moving there to purchase a home or to rent. But at the same time, you have surging mortgage rates and people who are locked into these long-term, like 30-year low fixed rate mortgages. They're not looking to sell. And that's not unique to Riverside County. Unfortunately, I think the housing situation in Riverside County and California in general, I don't see anything dynamic changing in the short term. We're in a huge hole in terms of housing inventory. We just haven't built enough.
While we have all seen our grocery bills go up, You might be surprised to learn that food costs a little less in Riverside County than some other areas of California.
The one thing Riverside has going for it, right, is that it's a major distribution hub. So it doesn't have to travel very far to get to the grocery store from Riverside. To that point, the consumer price index for food in Riverside grew 3.7% for California in general, but for Riverside, it was 3.4%, so a little bit lower.
As we all keep an eye on prices, another factor may affect economic growth over the next 12 months.
One thing that I'm really looking at is the impact of student loan repayments. So we've had millions of borrowers who have not made a monthly payment in more than 3 years. And at this period, we're at the tail end of a surge in consumer spending that's starting to slow down because consumer savings are starting to dwindle a little bit and credit card debt is going back up a little bit. You're probably going to see slower growth next year just because of that. There's reasons to be optimistic, right? I mean, we've had the fastest rate of monetary policy tightening in decades, or maybe ever, I'm not sure. And we still have 3.8% unemployment. We'll see what happens, but I think that right now, as of now, we're heading toward that proverbial soft landing.
When it comes to the economy, a soft landing is a positive outcome. We will see what 2024 brings.
There are many factors that affect our economy. If you really want to get into the numbers, go to Spirit of Innovation website where there are links to economic forecasts, news articles, and more. With the arrival of cooler weather, it's essential to be mindful of increased prevalence of seasonal respiratory viruses, which include the ongoing presence of COVID-19. Here's what you need to know.
During the fall and winter, medical workers gear up to treat the big three respiratory viruses: the flu, respiratory syncytial virus, also known as RSV, and COVID-19. These respiratory viruses circulate simultaneously and can have very similar symptoms, such as coughing, sore throat, fever, and stuffy nose. Severe cases of these infections can lead to major complications that include breathing issues and hospitalization. Since symptoms are so similar, it's recommended that people test for proper diagnosis and treatment. While testing for flu and RSV is best done at a doctor's office, COVID-19 home test kits are still available at local pharmacies. And the U.S. government-supplied free COVID test kits are available again through the website covid.gov/tests. What about last year's COVID test kits stored in your bathroom cabinet? The FDA has extended some expiration dates based on additional manufacturer data. Visit the FDA's website, locate your kit's lot number on the packaging, and match it with the updated expiration dates provided. The FDA advises to self-test for COVID-19 as soon as you feel any symptoms. If you receive a negative result, repeat the test 48 hours later to ensure the first test wasn't a false negative result. If you are exposed to someone who has COVID-19, but you don't have symptoms, wait 5 days after exposure before testing. Testing too early may lead to a false negative result. If you do receive a positive result with a COVID-19 test, you most likely have COVID-19 and will need to isolate to keep from infecting others. The best strategy for getting through virus season is to not get sick at all. Vaccination remains the most effective defense against all three of these respiratory infections. The flu and COVID vaccines are strongly recommended for almost everyone, including infants as young as 6 months. Additionally, there are new RSV shots which are advised for babies under 8 months, as well as new RSV vaccines for seniors and pregnant women. And remember to stay healthy by washing hands often, wearing masks indoors, and adhering to recommended distancing measures. In a landscape where information is continually evolving, it's crucial to keep yourself well informed. The Center for Disease Control and the FDA consistently provide the most recent updates and guidance on their respective websites. Make it a habit to visit these sites regularly to stay up to date.
For more information and access to the mentioned resources, visit the Spirit of Innovation website, where you'll find all of the relevant links to websites highlighted in this segment. As we approach Veterans Day, we're reminded of the remarkable contributions made by our veterans and the significance of organizations like the Veterans of Foreign Wars. Spirit of Innovation uncovers the impact of VFW in commemorating the dedication of all veterans, not just on Veterans Day, but every day of the year.
The Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States formed in 1899, when soldiers returning from the Spanish-American War needed support services for themselves and their families. The organization became officially established by Congress in 1936.
That helped to bring a lot of more services to them because now we had a seat in Congress. The VA was actually pushed and done through the VFW and created a program for them that they can get better help and better assistance with it. And from that, it just kept on tracking. We had presidents that actually have joined the VFW. For example, President Ford, J.F. Kennedy, Teddy Roosevelt. We have a history of 124 years of many people being involved in creating and helping and assisting through Congress in developing better services for the veterans that come home.
The VFW was instrumental in developing the nation's cemetery system, fought for additional veteran compensation after the Vietnam and Iraq wars, and has been behind key legislative advocacy efforts to benefit veterans, improve VA medical centers, fund veteran memorials, and much more.
The original startup was to help the veterans, and that's just the key word, to help the veterans. So how do we help the veterans? To make them sure that they know they got a home. They can come and talk about their war history. There's a lot of development when we do that.
Many VFW posts work with their host cities to develop programs that honor veterans, such as Veteran Day parades and Memorial Day events. Posts also benefit the broader community through various programs. Menifee VFW Post 1956 participates in the Voice of Democracy and Patriots pen essay writing contests that awards thousands of dollars in college scholarships. They also have programs that honor exemplary local first responders and teachers.
The NJROTC is another group that we involve. We just gave them a $9,000 grant for them to go buy 20 computers so they can do or research and study cybersecurity. Those are kind of the small things that we do, but in a way that helps the community and helps the veterans, kids that are going to those schools.
Fundraising endeavors are committed to the installation of an American Indian statue at the Riverside National Cemetery.
Hopefully by this year, we'll get the statue put in at the Riverside National Cemetery. It will stand for every American Indian that ever served ever since the Civil War.
We celebrate the commitment of the VFW and their contributions to our community and nation.
If you want to honor a veteran in a special way this Veterans Day, tag us on social media with the hashtag SOI Veterans Day 2023, and Spirit of Innovation will reshare your post. Did you know that the County of Riverside has a Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer? Barry Knight works with the county and community leaders to remove barriers that keep individuals from fully enjoying life in our county. Many cities also have similar officers or commissions. The City of Palm Springs Human Rights Commission was established 31 years ago to promote diversity and improve human relations. The City of Riverside's Human Relations Commission advises the mayor and the city council on issues of discrimination and equal opportunity. I am proud to serve on the City of Temecula's Race, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Commission. We meet monthly to make recommendations on relevant topics within city events, services, and programs. While we're not directly involved with the school districts, we are keeping our eye on the controversial school board decisions and issues that have been made by 2 Southwest school districts. Spirit of Innovation has more on the topic.
Temecula and Murrieta Unified School Districts, once revered as the pinnacle of education excellence, are now swirled in local, state, and even national controversy. Murrieta Unified School District and other districts in Riverside County have implemented a policy that requires faculty and staff to inform parents if their child's gender identities may be changing, regardless of the student's wishes. The proposal was introduced by 2 board members who were backed by such groups as the Inland Empire Family PAC, which advocates for Christian and conservative values in schools. This policy comes on the heels of Temecula board members rejecting social studies curriculum that mentioned a gay rights elected leader. Drawing the attention of Governor Newsom, he responded to their refusal with the state intervention, which led to the adoption of the curriculum. Otherwise, the district would have incurred a hefty $1.5 million fine. The Temecula board continued to make rulings that led to more turmoil and large financial implications. they banned the teaching of critical race theory and voted to forbid the display of flags other than the U.S. and California flags. Additionally, they dismissed the former superintendent without cause, which entitled her to a severance package totaling approximately $362,000, straining the district's resources. Not to mention the spending of funds for a new superintendent search and the appointment of an interim superintendent continue to drain financial resources. As the discussion around these policies unfolds, students are making their voices heard. Over 100 students from Temecula's Great Oak High School walked out of class last month in protest. Parents are also pushing back, joining together and collecting signatures for a recall of the 3 local Temecula school board members, Joseph Komrosky, Jen Wiersma, and Danny Gonzalez. Murrieta and Temecula school boards continue to face scrutiny for their decisions, leading to an atmosphere of disunity. The days of once orderly board meetings are gone. Today, they are tense and combative gatherings and are drawing a lot of media attention and community concern.
You can go to the Spirit of Innovation website to learn more about the Temecula and Murrieta school board members, issues, and how to make your voice heard. Now it's time to share local community events, heartwarming news, and good-to-know topics and information. For nearly 2 decades, the Pennsylvania-based nonprofit Twilight Wishes has granted wishes to seniors in need. Over the years, they have expanded to 15 chapters across the country and are now opening a brand new chapter based in Temecula to serve both Riverside and San Bernardino counties. Here's more.
The national nonprofit, Twilight Wishes, was founded by Cass Forkin in 2003 after she learned that many seniors struggle to make ends meet. Since then, the nonprofit has granted over 5,000 wishes that are designed to uplift seniors' lives. They are looking to grant many more wishes here in Southwest Riverside County.
Twilight Wishes campaign is not so much just to go meet somebody like a Taylor Swift or go to a World Series game. Our wishes are generated more towards having a senior person get an upgrade in their hearing aid, or getting a person who does not have a ramp for their wheelchair built into their home so that it's easier for them to have access to and from their house. In some instances, we have grocery shopping excursion.
Other granted wishes help the seniors celebrate life by giving them a special day.
The one that brings a tear to my eye when I talk about it, this gentleman served in World War II on 2 battleships, one being the Missouri. We provided a wish for him to go back to the Missouri and have a tour of the ship so he could relive the times he was there, but also have the joy of telling people and showing them the bunks, the chow house that he experienced while he was providing service for our country.
Even though the new Inland Empire chapter is just getting started, the wish granting has already begun.
In February of this year, the first wish in the Southern California area was granted to Patricia Neal. She loves Disneyland, yet Patricia, due to her health issues, had never been to Disneyland here in Anaheim in her entire life. So we granted a wish for Patricia to have a limousine service pick her up and take her to Disneyland for the day, and they treated her with just such great care and provided her with a day that she'll always remember.
With this promising beginning, the new chapter is ready to make a difference. To qualify, seniors need to be 65 years or older, earn an income of $29,500 a year or less, and have a history of giving back to others.
My goal for the Inland Empire is to develop a strong volunteer base and also a high volume of wishes from the elderly communities. We would like to get it to where we can provide as many wishes as possible for those that are in need, make the world a better place for the elderly, one wish at a time.
There are many seniors in our region who need assistance, and it's good to know that their wishes can come true, especially when you have dedicated people working hard to make it happen.
Are you a senior with a wish? Or do you want to volunteer to help make a wish come true for a senior in need? Head over to our website and find out how you can get involved. Now here are SOI team members, Aaron Perris and Tyler Perrone, with Good to Know community events.
Thank you, Jackie. Here's our Good to Know community events for the month. In Menifee, celebrate the Day of the Dead this Saturday, October 28th on the Mount San Jacinto College campus while enjoying traditional food, live music, activities for the kids, and retail vendors. Admission is free. Do you enjoy music? On November 11th, the 300th Army Band celebrates Veterans Day at Menifee Central Park with some live music for our military veterans and families. If walking sounds like a good challenge, Menifee Moves will be heading over to a new trail at Laladera Park on November 11th at 8 a.m. All ages, abilities, and pets are welcome.
Temecula also has a lot of events to check out. Temecula Valley motoring enthusiasts will be meeting up at the Lazy Dog restaurant on November 4th. Join them to discuss and view classic to modern day sports cars, muscle cars, and supercars too. Do you love dachshunds? The Temecula Valley Dachshund Club presents the Temecula Fall Wienerfest at Vail headquarters on November 5th. Enjoy dachshund racing, games, raffles, and more. All proceeds go to local rescues. Want to find a way to support local veterans? The city of Temecula is hosting a patriotic salute to veterans with the Temecula Valley Symphony on Saturday, November 11th, in front of the Temecula's Civic Center. The event is open to the community as we honor each and every service member.
In Moreno Valley, you can take the whole family out for some fun at the Trunk or Treat Car Show to spectate and enjoy live entertainment featuring Carolyn Dance Studios, vendors, food, face painting, and more. It's all happening this Saturday, October 28th. Buy your tickets now so you don't miss out. The Moreno Valley Farmers Market is held every Thursday, so come down to buy some fresh foods while enjoying live entertainment and fun vendors. The next Farmers Market is on November 2nd. On Saturday, November 11th, join Moreno Valley's mayor and city council to honor our nation's heroes for the annual Veterans Day ceremony at the Civic Center Veterans Memorial. This event will also be live streamed on Facebook, YouTube, and Moreno Valley's television channel, MV3.
Don't miss the fun in Lake Elsinore on Saturday, October 28th, as the Storm Halloween Festival and Marketplace rises from the grave. This Halloween event features live entertainment, kids' costume contests, trick-or-treating, and free admission for all. Over in Murrieta, honor veterans at their annual Veterans Day Parade, which includes At the Field of Honor at Murrieta Town Square Park. Come out to see those who risked their lives and served our country, all happening on Saturday, November 11th. If you're searching for a job, a healthcare job in Murrieta, the website jobfairx.com is hosting a virtual job fair on Tuesday, November 14th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Just go to the website and type Murrieta into the search bar. Next up is SOI team member Karina Corona with Karinas Corner.
Welcome back to Karinas Corner, bringing you exciting upcoming live music and entertainment events happening in Riverside County. Looking for some Halloween fun for the whole family? Bastards Canteen in Temecula is hosting a Beer and Hems spooky sing-along and costume party on Sunday, October 29th. A $5 entry fee gets you in. Kids 18 and under are free. Dust off your dancing boots, country music fans. Rancho is coming to Saboba Casino in San Jacinto on November 11th at 8 p.m. Or how about a night of rock and roll music while giving back to a great cause? The Hall & Oates tribute band Private Eyes is performing as part of the Salvation Army's Red Kettle kickoff celebration at the Fox Performing Arts Center in Riverside on November 12th. Keep on rocking out to blast from the past and catch some Led Zeppelin classics with the tribute band Zepp Again. They're performing at the historical Hemet Theater on November 18th. That's a wrap on this Karinas Corner. If you attend any of these events I mentioned, share a photo on social media with the hashtag Karinas Corner. I can't wait to see them. Back to you, Jackie.
Thank you, team. It's good to know there are so many exciting events happening in our county. Speaking of exciting events, I hope to see you right here at JDS Studios this weekend at Haunted Studio Fundraiser. Here's more.
Coming back this October 27th and 28th, JDS Creative Academy presents its annual Haunted Studio Fundraiser.
Eat, drink, and be scary with some extra special treats from our bake sale.
Prepare to be scared by our spooktacular hunts.
Be there. Be scared.
We know you're dying to have a good time.
After all, ghouls just want to have fun.
It's not just about having a scary good time at Haunted Studio. There's also an opportunity to give back at the JDS Blood Drive in collaboration with Livestream Blood Bank. Check it out. The fun doesn't stop at JDS Studios. After Halloween, JDSCA kicks off the holiday season with auditions for the original one-act play An Evening at Snowfall Lane, written by JDS Creative Academy student Topa Blackcalf. Auditions are open to all ages and will be held on Wednesday, November 1st at 5:30 p.m. The play will be presented at the Academy's Winter Showcase on December 16th and 17th, along with musical theater's performance of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Spirit of Innovation. You can find Spirit of Innovation on Rivco TV, Menifee, Murrieta, and Temecula local stations. The show is also streamed on YouTube TV and Facebook and up on spiritofinnovation.org website. Are you following the Facebook page? Spirit of Innovation Local News. Please find us there. The Spirit of Innovation website has the current episode along with past episodes and individual segments to keep you in the know. Use the hashtag JDSFamily to keep up with everything happening here at JDS Studios and in Riverside County. Don't miss the SOI training crew on the radio station 1025 The Vine. 7 days a week with the JDS Creative Academy Community Spotlight. You can also catch the SOI crew streaming the SOI update on YouTube and co-hosting our podcast, SOI Talk, anywhere you stream podcasts. The next episode of Spirit of Innovation drops on November 22nd with a new special surprise guest host. Who will it be? Tuned in to find out. Until then, SOI out.